As ABSA wraps up on Savings Month, we are reminded that saving for many of us seems impossible with the responsibilities that we have. The term sandwich generation has been used to describe those of us who may be taking care of both our parents and kids and who have little money to save for the future. Here to encourage those of us that are part of the sandwich generation is no stranger to Afternoon Express. It is Navin Rampasad. Welcome back.
Hi, Palesa. Good to be back.
Now, we've already kind of glazed over the term sandwich generation, but if you could delve deeper, what is the sandwich generation?
Palesa, sandwich generation is a group of middle-aged individuals that are taking care of their aging parents as well as their growing children. So the term sandwich generation comes about because they're literally sandwiched between taking care of their aging parents who may be ill, may not be able to perform certain tasks or need financial assistance, and their growing children who require physical, emotional, and financial support. We've also seen societal acceptance of adult children remaining with their parental homes for longer or even returning to the parental home.
So then how does this impact financial planning and savings?
So being caught between two generations, the traditional approach to financial planning may not work. So the sandwich generation typically refers to individuals in their late 30s to the mid-50s, but more people that are entering into retirement are finding themselves being financially squeezed between parents that are living longer and children that are still at home or returning home due to economic challenges. Now, children require more money and capital-intensive care, while aging adults require more time and labor-intensive care. So what we are saying is those that are transitioning into retirement are not only juggling their financial planning needs, but those of their parents and their children.
And looking at this dynamic, how then does budgeting play a role?
Budgeting, irrespective of whether you're in the sandwich generation or not, is a very powerful tool. It's the cornerstone of any financial plan. Now, budgeting in the context of the sandwich generation has multiple roles. The first is through a budgeting process, you get to know what your income is and what your expenses are. This allows you then to make informed decisions based on data. The second purpose of a budget in this context is it can be used to have those difficult and necessary discussions with the whole family. It forms a basis where the discussion can be driven by data and facts rather than emotional aspects that can come to the fore. And the third is it can be utilized as a foundation for education for the younger generation, for them to understand what a budget is and how to approach it.
At the end of the day, we keep coming back to one problem. We live in a very expensive time. So then how does the sandwich generation, as we put it, navigate this terrain?
Like in every relationship, communication is key, Palesa. The entire family has to be involved in the discussion. That includes parents, spouse, and children. Each needs to understand what the plan is and what role they will play in achieving that outcome. Look at things like expenses. Every family is different, but there are opportunities for us to cut back on expenses. It could be overindulging on things like maybe digital devices or shopping. See what opportunity presents itself to cut back on expenses. Look at household expenses. Simple things like changing habits may impact the cost of utility bills, like switching off lights that are not necessary or taking shorter showers. It might sound simple, but you may be surprised at the end of the month how much that could save you.
Thank you so much for breaking down the sandwich generation, as you put it, and how best they can save, budget, and make their way out of very tough times. I appreciate it, Navin.
Thank you, Palesa.
As ABSA concludes Savings Month, it's a timely reminder that saving can seem daunting amidst our many responsibilities. However, with ABSA, you can feel encouraged by the fact that your story matters, and so do your unique saving needs.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.